Hey guys, and welcome to the Carrier Easter egg video. As I said, I am not doing this myself. I am doing someone else's perspective. Called Noah J456. I will leave the channel name in the description, but I'll just turn up the volume and let you watch it.
The entire Carrier Easter egg for you guys start to finish. This thing was a lot of fun to solve, and unfortunately I almost got first last night. I was playing, I got the second to last step and then could not figure out what to do before I went down, and I was just so tired from 40 hours of playing without going to sleep. I unfortunately did not get first on this. Hey, 2 out of 3 still ain't bad though, and I have to give credit to Mr. Champ Bailey's and Starburst. Both of their channels will be in the description down below. Thank you to them for solving this and putting up a tutorial, and credit to them for solving this first, and congrats to those guys on the world first. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started here, and I'm going to be taking you through every single step and showing you how to do this thing. So here we go. Step 1 is what you need to do first. This is the first thing you need to do before you can do any of these other steps. You need to get teleportation grenades, shoot it inside of Chompy's room, and turn on the power. You'll be immediately teleported back out, and from there, you are good to go. You can start with the rest of the Easter egg, which is going to taking us to the armory first. So you need to go to the armory, and you need to have guns that you get out of the box and give them to this hand here. As you can see, the hand is going to start giving you a whole bunch of different stuff, and you need to do something with each of these in particular. The first one he's going to give you is a bottle. He will just drop a bottle on the ground right next to where the hand is, and that you just leave there. There's nothing to do with that just yet. That will be coming later on in this Easter egg. The first thing after that he gives you is a spool that will actually go in your inventory, or this little reel here, and you're going to take this reel and go build it on the fishing pole on the side of the gun deck. That is the first thing you need to build on there, and he will be giving you 2 more things. The second of which is a little reel of wire. You take the reel of wire, you take it to this location as well, and build that on there, and then the last thing he gives you will be a hook. You take the hook, build it on there, and you will have a completed fishing pole here. Now, this will say press X or hold X to fish for $100. You just leave this be. We're not going to be doing anything with this yet. Now we're going to be moving on to the grenade disposal machine. So this next step is very, very confusing if you don't know what to do, but I'm going to be explaining it in this video, and hopefully it'll be very, very easy for you. You need to get teleportation grenades and contact grenades for this one. Those are the only 2 grenades you ever have in your inventory, and if you take a look on the right-hand side, we're going to be making those 3 red lights turn into green lights. I'm going to be explaining how you do this and the combinations and kind of the pattern that you need to do this. So let's go ahead and get into that. So let's go ahead and stop this here so I can explain exactly how this works. It's very, very easy to do once you know what to do. Basically, the first step is to shoot a teleportation grenade inside of this thing, and that will move the dispenser here. This is the dispenser. It's very, very distinct. You need to know what this dispenser is and what kind of grenade it's dispensing. You need to move this dispenser from the middle over to the left-hand side. It'll be in the middle by default, but whenever you activate the Easter egg, whenever you activate the first step, it will basically have this Easter egg solving on either side of it, and you need to go ahead and activate that. It will move over to the left-hand side, and then it will be able to be solved by using your contact grenades. So again, the only 2 types of grenades you need are the teleportation grenades. You never use the teleportation unless the dispenser is not in the Easter egg side of it and it's in the normal side of it. You use the dispenser or the teleportation grenade to move that, and then you use contact grenades for the rest of the time. That's the only thing you're shooting inside the grenade disposal. A lot of people got confused with that. The only thing you shoot inside of the grenade disposal is the contact grenades, and everything else is done by the disposal machine itself. This part right here, once again, this is the disposer part. This will cycle between 4 different types of grenades, and the type, whatever type it's showing when you shoot the contact grenade inside of the grenade disposal machine, that is the kind that will be dispensed out, and that is what the pattern is all about. It's very, very easy to do. So if there's a distraction drone showing on this little dispenser, whenever you shoot your contact grenade in, it will dispense a distraction drone. If there's a regular grenade showing, it will dispense a normal grenade. And you just need to memorize the pattern to do this. So basically there's 4 different types of grenades. There's the frag grenade. There's the distraction drone. The distraction drone looks obviously like the distraction drone. It'll be like spinning whenever you shoot it out, and it's kind of the one that looks like a little plus. There's the explosive drones, which is kind of like a black line with a little tiny blue light on top. You'll be able to tell which one it is. It's the one that looks like a black line with blue light on top. And then last but not least, we have the nanoswarms, which are the completely blue ones, like the blue orb ones that are pretty darn big. Those are the 4 different types that will be cycling through on the dispenser itself. Now, basically, all you need to do for this step is go in the description. I'm going to have all these written down. I'm going to read them off real quick, but they're going to be all in the description. you shoot a contact grenade in and dispense these grenades in this order to solve each one of these. I'm going to show you what it looks like right here when you solve the third one. Once you solve the third one, this is what it looks like. This is how it looks whenever you solve one of them. It will turn the light green, and at the very end, we'll get our first of the 4 keypads. But basically, this is the order. So like the first light, you do a distraction drone, and then you dispense a normal grenade. For the second one, you dispense an explosive grenade, you dispense a distraction grenade, then another explosive, then a normal grenade, and for the last one, you do explosive, nano, explosive, distraction, explosive, then a normal nade. If you just follow those steps, I'm going to have them all in the description down below. If you dispense them in that order, then you'll be good to go, and it will solve each one of the lights just if you dispense them in the right time. Again, it's going to get very, very difficult to do this all in one round because the grenade disposal, like actual place you can shoot it in, and you have to shoot it in at the right time when the right grenade is showing. It gets very, very difficult to do this all in one round, so I recommend doing this over multiple rounds. But once you solve all 3, it will dispense a little keypad out. You can take this keypad, take it over to the vault door, which we will be giving every single one of these keypads to, and that will complete step 1. Completely. That's really like step 3 or 4, but if you do this, you'll complete step 1 completely. You'll be all the way good to go, and we're about a third of the way through this Easter egg. Now for this next step, what we're going to be doing is getting the second keypad. This one is probably the most fun and the easiest one, but you're going to go ahead and go back to this arm, and you're going to hold X on the kind of little drunk bottle that they give you here. You're going to make your way over to this wall, and you will activate this button, which gives you a 2-minute timer. Now this timer will spawn in all of these red and yellow lines on the ground. You can only exo jump and exo slide whenever you're in this drunk mode. Your screen will go side to side. It's pretty darn hard to move around, but as you can see, you will need to make your way all the way through this, not touching any of the wires. If you just crouch in this area, you should be good. You don't have to lay down or anything like that. But you'll be making your way to the hangar, and there's going to be a keypad on the ground at the very, very end. I'm going to speed up this part a little bit because you just need to make your way around, kind of follow the path I do, and then whenever there's the hangar kind of a jump off, you need to make sure you go that way. And on the ground right next to the teleporter, I actually was just holding X on the teleporter and managed to grab it, but the keypad itself is actually on the ground right in front of the teleporter. Very, very easy to pick up, and this step is very, very easy to do. Once you have this, take it back over to the giant vault door and go ahead and activate that. That will give you your second out of 4 keypads. We are moving right along. We are almost done with this Easter egg. Let's get on to the next step. Now here we go, we're nearing the end. Basically, every single time you kill a teleporting zombie from that point forward, after you insert the second keypad, you will get this little piece that you see in my inventory that you need to insert into this teleporter that is in the biolab. Now, every single time you insert a piece, it will basically light up, get a little bit brighter, get a little bit louder, and it will stop. Now, it will take around 20 pieces of these teleportation kind of zombie things. As you can see, I just killed one and just picked up another little piece here. You're gonna go ahead and just stay alive. It's gonna be probably one of the most stressful parts aside from the end. You're gonna go over here, insert it every single time you get a brand new piece, and as you can see, once you insert enough, it'll take around 20 or so. It will open up the teleporter. Now, you do not teleport yet. You need to make your way back over to where you can find the fishing pole, and you're gonna go ahead and fish for a piece of equipment, which is the shovel. Now, you're going to need a shovel because you are going to an island. You're going to try to kind of hunt and find some buried treasure on the ground, and you're going to need a shovel to do that. So just keep on fishing. You might get a fish in your inventory or something like that, but just go ahead and ignore that. Swap it out for the shovel. You need the fish a little bit later on, but obviously once you get the shovel, make your way back over to the teleporter, and then you're going to start digging. Once you teleport it through, you'll have a limited amount of time. It's a little bit hard to find, but you're just going to keep on holding X and digging all over the island. Eventually, you'll hit a case, and inside of this case is one of these coded iPads or whatever they are. Pick up that iPad, take it back over, insert it into the thing, and you are done with this third out of 4 steps. Very, very easy to do, but just a little bit stressful. Make sure you're staying safe whenever you're collecting the parts. That is the hardest part, and it may take you a few tries to find the actual piece of iPad down there. But again, the teleporter will recharge, and then once you found the piece, you don't ever need to go back there again, and it actually won't let you go back there again. So no worries on that. Make sure you get all the things you needed, insert the iPad, and we are moving on to step number 4. So for the final stretch, the last couple of steps, what you need to do is go over to Captain DJ's locker and hold X on it. You will get a little audio quote saying you need an eyeball. Now, once you get this quote, in the next round, the round after that, it kind of depends on how many rounds it takes to spawn in. But after a little bit, you will be able to run around and find these 2 different treasure drones flying next to each other. Now, you need to destroy the one in the rear. It was in the rear for me, but whichever one does not have a power-up, we'll have this little tool that you actually pick up in your inventory. And you use this to go over and unlock this box. It will be able to be used on the box. and it will give you the option to activate the cage. Now, this is the hard part. This is what you need to be very, very careful with, because you need to kill zombies on top of the moon pool area, which more specifically, you need to kill them on top of the little grates that have holes in them. Now, the more you kill there, the more zombies that die here, it will spawn in a shark that swims down below. Now, you need to keep on looking. I'm going to show you guys in just a second. It's going to go right by my screen. Or rather, Mr. Dog JD's screen, because he was nice enough to send me this gameplay. But right in front of the screen, you will be able to see the shark that is swimming underneath. Now, whenever you see the shark that is swimming underneath, you can see it right there. You need to run over and activate the cage from this little lever up here. It will just slowly come down, so make sure you don't go down. He actually almost went down here, but as you can see, the cage will go into the moon pool, and you need to go ahead and jump up on top of it, and that will lower you down into the water. And at this point, you do need to have the fish. So make sure you grab the fish before you do this step. Make sure you grab the fish from the swimming pool, or the fishing rod. Grab the fish from the fishing rod, go down into the pool. That will attract the shark. The shark will bite the side of your cage, and you hold X on his mouth, and you'll be able to grab an eyeball out of his mouth. Now, whenever you have this eyeball, you need to go ahead and run back to the locker, go ahead and unlock the locker, and that will have the iPad in it. Grab the iPad, and you are almost done with this Easter egg. Run back, go ahead and throw that inside of the vault. That will just activate the last step, and then you need to go ahead and cleanse yourself, obviously, if you get infected like he did here. But you need to go back to the armory, and you need to give the weapon disposal a few more weapons to actually give you the C4. So as you can see, this is what it looks like whenever he gives you the C4. You get the C4, and then you are basically completely done. Just run back all the way over to the door, and then hold X on the door, and that will end the Easter egg in the cutscene, or trigger the cutscene rather. And I'm gonna have that cutscene play for you guys right about now.
That did it.
This ship's about to become one big tax write-off.
Who pays taxes?
Hey, no one gives a fuck, okay? We got 2 minutes before we're on guzzling seawater. Move!
There! Lilith, what are you doing?
Oz?
Are you kidding me? Oz is dead. That asshole shot him. It's just another stupid zombie. Let's just go already.
Come on, people, we don't have time for this. Yeah.
So there it is, everybody. Oz as a zombie. Huge cliffhanger. Cannot wait for the next map. I really hope we get it soon. And DLC 4, bring it on. We're going to be going for the Easter egg again on that one, and I appreciate all of your support on this one. All I ask is that you leave a like in return. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this Easter egg. I actually really liked it. It just took us to different places, teleported us to a friggin' island. We had a shark attack. I don't know what else you could want from a DLC Easter egg like this. And yeah, that is going to about wrap it up. Hope everyone has enjoyed. Once again, hit that like button if you have, and I will see you all in the next video.
Alright guys, so hope you enjoyed that. I'll check if you heard it all. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and peace. And but before I end the video, as I said, do check out NoahJ456. He does do Easter eggs and loads of Call of Duty involved stuff. And so yeah, and type in carrier Easter egg NoahJ456 and it should come up, and it'll be a more detailed version. So bye.